Hello, everyone. I trust that you're well and knowing the Lord's help and blessing. It's been good to see the vast majority of you once more gathering with us on a Sunday and to meet quite a few new people also. We've been gathering in some form or other since mid-June, first in socially distanced outdoor Bible study bubbles on Sunday evenings, and since the beginning of July in worship on Sunday morning and small groups Sunday evening. This was not simply with the government's begrudging allowance, but indeed their enthusiastic encouragement as part of their push to get the nation back to living life. We have had no cases of COVID connected to any of our gatherings since June, and we've maintained sensible hygiene and distancing measures, a robust cleaning regime also of the church. I'm very appreciative of those who have served in various ways, helping with cleaning, maintenance, evangelism, preaching, teaching, and just checking up on one another. Thank you for your help in those areas and for your service. My primary purpose in this video is to provide some reassurance and clarification on a couple of points. Professor Thomas Jefferson from the Oxford University Center for Evidence-Based Medicine recently said, "We need to de-terrorize the population." His colleague, Professor Carl Hennigan, elaborated, "I am concerned people have become overly frightened, and throughout this pandemic, the fear instilled in people has been a real problem. Many people misunderstand and overestimate their risk of COVID. This uncertainty is leaving them highly anxious." He went on to add, in light of all the evidence at the moment, months after the peak of COVID, that the current data shows it is safer to go out than it has ever been. Of course, this isn't to downplay the severity of the virus for vulnerable groups. If you have good reason to shield and believe that you must do so, then you should do so. If you do not have such reason, or you've been getting out anyway for other things, then I would encourage you to join us. The observations of these professors continue to hold up. Unfortunately, as the media's biggest story in a generation slows down, various media outlets have been whipping up anxiety in recent weeks with talk of a second wave and rising cases. It's important to note that the language of cases, meant to be used of serious hospital admissions, has evolved to mean anyone who tests positive for the virus. The BBC has helpfully sought to bring clarity with an article entitled "Coronavirus Behind the Rise in Cases in 5 Charts." The major reasons in the present increase given can be summarized thusly. First, mass testing only began in May. By that time, the virus had already passed through a significant percentage of the population without symptoms, without being tracked or traced or tested, and thereby the numbers are skewed. Levels of infection are very low compared to the peak. Also, more testing means more cases detected. Many of these are extremely minor cases to the point of being totally asymptomatic. Also, more testing is being done in hotspot areas, so that of course affects the numbers. And of course the eligibility for the test has expanded, and so that means more young people are taking the test, also more people who don't need the test apparently. And finally, most importantly, cases among the elderly are lower than ever, and hospitalizations and deaths have plummeted to very few indeed. For a nation of over 66 million people and 1,257 hospitals, significantly lower than deaths by other causes. Finally, some have noticed that social groups over 6 will be banned from Monday. Some were worried that this would impact on us. This worry was largely due to a category error that confused social gatherings with public gatherings. I can confirm, based on the Prime Minister's own words, that places of worship are not at all affected by this change. Perhaps this is a good opportunity to remember that while worship has a social element and impact, it is not a social gathering, but an embodied spiritual gathering. we continue to publicly gather, and we ask that as you do, you respect common sense distancing and hygiene. Again, for the abundance of clarity, the new social groups ban does not apply to any of our activities within this place of worship. So our Sunday gatherings will continue. With the allowance of indoor amateur choirs, we're beginning to sing, having done that since mid-August. Our Tuesday men's Bible studies continue. Our Thursday evening prayer meetings continue on Zoom. Starting tonight, though, we're welcoming those who wish to gather in person to do so in the back hall. We give God thanks for answered prayers, and we continue to pray for safety and to experience and enjoy renewed liberty. Now on Sunday, we have much to look forward to. We'll have testimonies and baptisms and new members welcomed. We've been very patient, waiting for most of us to regather so we could all celebrate, and the time has come, and we give God thanks. At the present moment, subject to change, we are planning to live stream the service, which will mean instead of the pre-recorded and premiered sermon, everything will be filmed as it is happening, including the sermon. Now, this has risks. Live streams are not always reliable, but we'll never know unless we try, and we can't be dependent on pre-recorded videos forever. After the service, we will enjoy a barbecue together. So please bring packaged meat, packaged sides, packaged desserts, and drinks. These will then be prepared under the oversight of a dedicated team to ensure everything is done safely and well. Relatively minor limitations need not hinder our fellowship life as a church. So we will do what we can with what we have and enjoy it for as long as we can. Let's give God thanks for the great things he has done, and let's look forward with anticipation for all that he will do. I look forward to seeing you this evening at prayer meeting and this coming Sunday. God bless you.